Nobody laugh at me. I'm drinking. This is what this is my, you guys might recognize if you've had babies recently. They gave me this at the hospital, and I don't know. For some reason, I drink way more liquid if it's in here. So I've been drinking this since 8 weeks ago. Okay. Is it recording? Yes. Okay. All right. Hi, guys. This is exciting. This is my first team Zoom in a really long time. I kind of got away from them. I don't know why, but we're just really excited to get on here and see you guys, see your faces. Those of you that have your cameras on, if you don't have your camera on, I won't be mad at you. It's okay. This time at least. The next time we'll probably be like calling you out to put your camera on so we can see you. But let's see. So we're in a new month. We're in June. We're 5 days into June already. So, you know, that's almost a week in already. So if you guys haven't gotten really clear with your goals for the month, this is what you want to be focusing on finalizing right now, tonight, after the Zoom. And so I'm going to start tonight just by kind of going over some basic stuff, and I'm going to introduce myself. I feel like that happens all the time, but I'm going to give you a little bit of info about me, and then I'm going to have some of the other leaders talk tonight as well. So I'm really excited to hear from them. But my name is Natalie Harmon, obviously, and I've been in the business for, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been in the business for 5 years, just a couple days ago. So it's absolutely mind-blowing to me, because if anybody knows me, I've never stuck to anything that long. I think a year and a half is the longest I've done anything. So it's crazy, 5 years. So I wouldn't be here if I didn't love it. It's absolutely been, I mean, I don't even know how to explain how life-changing it's been for us. Is my shirt making weird swirls on your screen? Is it doing that to you guys? Okay, maybe it's just me.
A little bit.
It's like hypnotizing. Okay. But so I've been in the business 5 years, like I said, and it's been life-changing. When I started in this business, we were, not even living paycheck to paycheck. We were well below that. And since then, we've ranked up to triple diamond. We've earned top 300 income earner with the team, and it's just been amazing. My husband's a double diamond, and we're shooting for presidential. So, from going from food stamps and like every self-doubt in the entire world, I never thought I would be like this, you guys. Like, I'm just muting some background noise. And obviously I can't do two things at once. Okay. But just a little bit more about the type of person I am. I am very introverted. I like to be at home. I'm a homebody. So, I didn't have a huge group of people in my life when I started this business. I didn't have a bunch of friends, and I didn't have any, prior experience. So I had if you looked at what was up against me, you'd think, like, why would she ever succeed at this? My family was my reason for doing this, and we needed it so badly. Like, literally, we were not even surviving. It was awful. And my husband was working 2 full-time jobs. I was working full-time. We had a 1.5-year-old. So we needed it to work, and we just made it work. And I never gave any excuses, and I kept going, and here we are. So 5 years later, it's just been an amazing, amazing, amazing journey. And we've had a lot of fun along the way. So, okay, so getting into it, like I said, this is the beginning of June, so we want to talk to you guys a little bit about, what your main focus should be, where you should be putting your efforts to see the kind of results that you want to be seeing. And I don't know if everybody in here is in the promotion chat that we have going, but we did a little task in there, kind of putting down, our goals for the month, what we want to see coming out of our business as far as how many people we want to sign up, customers, distributors, all that kind of stuff. And it's interesting because we've really been killing it. You guys, our team is on fire. You can feel the energy of it. You can see like promotions are happening like crazy every single month. It's amazing right now. And you can see like people are just so excited to grow their business that we have a lot of people mass enrolling. We have a lot of people just like growing like crazy. We have a lot of people that are newer that are excited to get into that energy, that are just starting out. But you know, people with big goals, and we all have these amazing goals that we're working towards. So it was interesting to see in everybody's handwritten goals how many people they were wanting to sign up. You know, and I know a lot of us are looking at people that are signing 50 customers or 30 customers or 10 customers, and we're like, you know, I'm not there yet. That's okay too. You don't have to be, when you first get into this business, you're not going to be that, you know, a mass enroller. Most likely it takes time and learning and understanding and growing. But what it does take, one of the things it does take is two different things we want to be doing to make sure that we're growing our business consistently. And I feel like they don't really talk about it a lot anymore. I don't know if they're trying to like weed this term out or not, but I'm sure it's still in the documents in your eSuite. But I just want to briefly touch on this because we do one thing in this, or we do two things in this business to grow our business. One, we enroll customers. Two, we enroll distributors. So those two things combined, we always we called our steps to success. So when you're writing your goals down for this month, I want you to make sure that in your mind, and this is why I was so excited, because people are putting down these big goals of like, they're not being scared to write down bigger goals. So the steps to success say that we need to be signing 4 customers a month and 3 teammates. So a lot of you guys have been putting down like, I want to sign 8 customers, I want to sign 10, I want to sign 6, I want to sign 25, whatever that is. And that's really, really exciting because you're not looking at the bare minimum, and you're not, you know, what do they say? You should shoot for the stars, even if you miss, or no, shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you're going to land among the stars. And so I want you guys to not be afraid of putting bigger goals down. It's okay if you miss them, but think of the progress you're going to make along the way, even if you don't get to that exact goal. So in the past, a lot of teammates, you know, not just on our team, but in general, people would put goals down and kind of like minimize themselves or minimize their goals because they're afraid of, you know, failing. So they would put like, I want to sign 1 customer. And I just wanted to kind of go over that the steps to success, that's our kind of our roadmap in this business. Mark put this together years ago. You know, you can get to the top of this business mass enrolling, and you can get to the top of this business not mass enrolling if you're really, really, really consistent and you're really on point with other aspects of your business. And so, you know, even when I was growing to diamond and double and triple, I was not a mass enroller. I was a consistent enroller. And I think that's important to note. You know, you might be seeing that there are people out there that are doing amazing and enrolling 100 customers, and that's amazing, you know, but maybe you're not at that point. So we just want to make sure that your focus is at least getting your 4 customers and at least getting your 3 teammates. And then everything else is just going to get you there even faster. So, so that's what our focus is, you know, putting down how many people you want to enroll, how many people you want to sponsor as teammates. The other thing I want to touch on before I get into the other leaders' tips and whatnot is intention. You guys, I can't be more clear about how important that is in your business. You can have all the dreams and aspirations and you know, wake up in the morning ready to go, but if your intention in your actions isn't there, like, let's say you're like, you know, I'm gonna go Ruby this month, but your actions are not being intentional, your time is not being spent intentionally, your conversations aren't intentional. Your chatting with your team isn't intentional. Everything that we do in this business has to have intent behind it. Hold on one second. Get so distracted, you guys. Don't let me forget what I was talking about. Intention. Okay. And I already forgot where I was going with that. Intention. Dang it. This is mom brain and sleep deprivation. Anyway.
You were talking about like if you're going Ruby, but you're not putting the intention behind it.
Yeah. Okay. So perfect. Thank you. So, so many times I think in this business, it's easy to put your goal out there the first of the month, the first week even, and you have this in your head of what it's going to be like when you hit Ruby, and then you get to the end of the month and you're like, what the heck happened? Like, why didn't I promote? And it's all about putting oh my gosh, I hear my 3-year-old in the hallway. Sorry. It's all about, making sure that every action that you put into your business has an intentional action towards your goal. So, it's not enough to just want the promotion. It's not enough to speak the promotion. You have to really be intentional. And so many times our actions don't speak for that. So let's see, I wrote some notes down because I'm going to get distracted with the 3-year-old in the hallway. Yeah, so kind of linking with that, your promotions are not just going to happen. This business is not just going to happen. So many times, and I'm sure you guys have had teammates, maybe a teammate that signed up and they quit on you quickly, and they're like, kind of like, thinking that they would sign up and people would just kind of flock to them and customers would come in and they're like, what happened? Like, why didn't my business explode? It's not just going to happen. Every single thing that we do is really simple. This business is not hard. It's not rocket science, but it does require us to focus in on simple efforts every day to make sure that we reach our ultimate goals in the end, instead of starting off and fizzling. So the other thing I want to talk about real quick, we talked about steps to success. Make sure that you guys have your ADBV auto shipment on. I always recommend running that as early in the month as possible, because everything is locked in place for your paycheck. And also, if you guys have growing teams, this is something that I learned from Stephanie and Joel. They are, if you don't know, that they are the #1 income earners in the whole company. They're also our top uplines. Missy Mahalko is our presidential upline, so she's above me, and Stephanie enrolled Missy. But anyway, Stephanie and Joel teach their teams, run your auto shipment in the beginning of the month, because if your team is, serious about this, they're running their auto, they're locking in their paycheck. When those teammate auto shipments run, you kind of like already know where your volume is hitting in your chart and everything. So that's kind of a tip. I always try to get people to do that, because it kind of gets out of the way. And you kind of know where your volume is with, who's running auto shipments and whatnot. The other thing, let's see. I always, I don't know how everybody else does it, but I always try to focus on my efforts on distributors at the beginning of the month. Now, we're always focused on customers all month long, but with the green carpet tickets being live now and people having 50% off coupons, if you guys aren't aware of that, you can go buy your green carpet ticket, and you get 3 coupon codes. So you can sign up new teammates for half off. But if you have spots on your chart that need to be filled for a promotion, get them filled early in the month. So focus really hard on attracting those teammates now. Even if you're not going to green carpet, what is that? $300 in fast start bonuses. So you're going to make your money back, even if you're not going there. They're really worth getting that ticket and getting those coupon codes to help build your team, help build your paycheck, and make that extra fast start cash money too. So I always try to focus on those distributors at the beginning of the month and make sure that everything's kind of in place. And then I can really hone in on all the volume that I need for the month. Um, let's see. In line with that, I think sometimes it can be really easy to focus on customers because we're so excited about the products and we know how much volume we need. Sometimes we need a lot of volume for a promotion, but make sure you're not slacking on being really clear about your vision this month. And there's so many ways to talk about that because it's summer. It's easy to get off, kind of get like distracted with what's going on in the summertime, but there's also so much going on that opportunity posts are so easy to do. So if you're out, you're at the pool, you're at, an amusement park, wherever it is, like take amazing pictures, take pictures of like a selfie, your family, whatever it is. Like summer is perfect for beautiful lifestyle type opportunity posts. So make sure that you are being really clear on your vision with where you're going to go in this business. Even if you haven't made a single cent, it doesn't matter, you guys. Every single person starts this business. Usually we pay $99. I don't know what you guys paid when you started because they didn't have any like discounts when I signed up. It was like $99. There's never going to be a sale. But I spent $99 to sign up. And I wasn't making any money and I was still growing my team because I was sharing where I was going to go with this business, what it was going to do for me. And even when it felt crazy in the beginning, like I'm like this one random girl on Facebook because nobody was doing multi-level marketing when I signed up. Like it was just not a thing on social media. And so here I am, this random girl, and I'm like, I'm going to go diamond. I'm going to retire my husband. And people are like, yeah, okay, right. But I kept sharing that vision even when I thought it was kind of crazy. I'm like, there's no way I'm ever going to retire my husband. There's no way I'm ever going to make $2,000 a month. Like once I kept putting that vision out there and I kept making it more real and kept just being super consistent, sharing about where this business was going to take me, what it was going to do for my family, it started like retraining my brain, and it also started catching other people's attention, and it held me accountable too. So get really clear on your vision. Make sure that you are pouring into your opportunity posts. And like I said, who was it the other day that said this? I can't remember what top leader it was, but she was like, I paid off this, I did this recently, I went 2.0, whatever. And she was like, and no more people joined me just because I like had this much money or I paid off my $30,000 car or whatever. Like people didn't just flock to her business all of a sudden. She said more people joined her in the beginning when she was sharing the smaller wins. Like I paid cash for my groceries. I bought diapers. I did this. It's going to do this. Like that's what people find realistic. So make sure you're sharing that. It doesn't matter if you're not making $30,000 a month. Yeah. People want to start this business just for these small wins. And I could just like talk forever on this. So I'm going to shut up now. But I'm going to share with you guys some more tips from the other leaders on our team and just kind of get us all together and introduce people that you haven't maybe heard speak before. But I'm really proud of our team and the group of girls that we have. Most of us are girls on here. We might have a few guys lingering around out there, but I think most of them are husbands that don't technically work. So I feel confident in saying girls. I feel like most of us are ladies here. And a bunch of them have been with me in this team a long time. Some of them are newer, and they're all, kicking butt in their own way. So they're going to give you guys some tips because, we're all in different places in our business. We all work the business a little differently. However, there are some like do or die kind of things that you have to get really good with and really consistent with. And they're simple things, but it's kind of like a recipe with this business. So they're going to share, their biggest tips, I guess, for starting the month out right and making sure that you're hitting your goals this month and that kind of stuff. So let's see, who would like to go first? Or should I just call on one of the girls that Chrissy, you look like you're ready over here grinning. Do you want to go? Oh, wait, let me unmute. Wait. Okay,
Okay.
there you go.
I can go first.
Okay.
Hi guys, I'm Chrissy. I started in February, so this is month 5 for me. So I just want to talk a little bit about communication, because I feel like it's very important. There's no way that I would have got to the point I'm at now without communicating with my upline. And that was something that was really going on daily for me in the beginning. Like, I barely went a day without communicating with my upline because I knew that she was where I wanted to be. And so she had been through what I had been through, or what I was about to go through. And I knew that she had the tips that I needed to get me there. So with that, I know a lot lately we have been trying to reach out to everyone almost on a daily basis. And I think it's very important for that communication to be open. Like, whenever your upline is reaching out to you, you know, whether they're asking about your daily list or whatever it is, replying to them is very important because they're doing that to help you. You know, it's benefiting you. They have been at the place that you've been at, and they're reaching out to you because they want to see where you're at. They want to see where your mindset is. They want to see if you have your charts together, if you know where your placements are going, things like that. So it is very important to keep that communication with your upline. I know some people have the attitude of like, oh, I don't need her, or, you know, and you know, it is just, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, you definitely need them, but they know things that you don't. And it's just, you know, it's very important to keep that communication open because they're there for a reason. They're there to help you. And they're trying to help you get to the point that they got to sooner. So that's why they're reaching down to you and checking in on you with these daily lists, because they know what they did to get to the point that they got to, and they want you to get to that point even faster. And with that being said, backtracking to, you know, the people who have enrolled distributors, you know, that needs to flow down from you also. So you see your upline checking in with you, you need to make sure you're checking in with the distributors that you sign. So let's not forget, oh God, I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay, there we go. And sometimes it's easy when you're, you know, focused on your business and you're just on you and what you have going on. Sometimes it is easy to forget to check in on the distributors that you sign, but you definitely want to make sure that you're checking in on them and making sure that, you know, they have their charts together, they know where they're placing, and just making sure that they don't need anything from you. And so again, replying is big. So, you know, it doesn't give a good image of your, I guess, like, not really consistency, but like your drive. Like, if you're not communicating back, like if your upline is sending you these messages and you're not replying, I mean, that makes them think that you've given up. That makes them think that you're not in the business to promote. You're not here because you want to make money. You're just, you know, we don't know what you're doing because you won't tell us. You're not communicating. So we really don't even know what you're doing. And, you know, that's not good because we can't help you if we don't know what you're doing down there. You know, we're like, hello, hi, like, we're here trying to help you. And we can't even get a response. And it's like, oh, okay, well, we really just don't know. So it is very good to keep the communication open on both lines, with your uplines and with the people that you signed yourself. And also with these chats, I mean, we have these group chats open for a reason. They're not just there just to annoy us, you know, like, I don't know, like, oh, I get so many notifications. Well, open them, read them, look at them. There's good things in there. I mean, it's not just I'm sorry, y'all. But seriously, like, it is not there, you know, just for, you know, I don't even know, just for a notification. Like, it's literally there because it is good information. It's people putting tips, putting what's helping them in there. And it's, you know, it's not a surprise that the people who actually are responding to the chats and are active in the chats, they're the ones who are reaching promotions. You know, like, they're actually opening their chats and they're reading and they're responding. And whenever we get those daily tasks, they're actually doing them. They're not just opening it and closing it out and then just, you know, forgetting about it for the whole day. So definitely staying connected through chats, through Zooms, which all of you guys on here are obviously already doing the right thing. So making sure that you're connecting through Zooms. And the other last piece of communication is going to flip to communications with our customers. So I have not been the best at this, so I myself know I need to work on this also. And that's communication with your customers to cause the customers to want to stay and have customer retention. If you sign a customer and then you don't reach out to them until the end of their 3 months, they don't want to continue with you. You haven't even checked on them and see how they were doing and see if the products are working. So what I have started doing is the first communication I put in their hands. So whenever I get their order in, I just say, let me know when your products come and I can instruct you on how to use them correctly for your best results. So that way, that first step is on them. You've told them to let you know when their products come, and that way you can send them instructions. So that's the easy way to just get that first check-in done. They're going to let you know whenever they get their products, and you're going to tell them how to use it. The second check-in will be about the month period, a little bit before. You want to check in and see how their first, at that point, probably 2.5, almost 3 weeks have been going. And that's a good point to offer an add-on product. They just have Thermify X and maybe they feel like they don't see that good of a results. Offer Keto Energy or, oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
Where did she go? I hear her. Where'd she go?
She'll be back.
I was going to add something to what she was saying, but if she comes back quickly. If you guys don't have the Connect app, well, you should have it. I mean, if you're using the It Works Office, is that what it's called now? Office app, Connect is inside that. And when you enroll a customer, it'll actually I think if you click that notification as soon as it pops up, or if you just go into your notifications and click that person's name, it'll allow you to set up reminders with that customer. So you can put in follow up at the 1 month mark with that person or whatever. And that notification will pop up on your phone too. I haven't gotten, honestly, I'm not the organized distributor I should be or dream of being, but I have used it some. So mess around with that too. If that's something that, works for you organizational wise to have reminders pop up on your phone, you might want to utilize that because it gives you a way to contact them right there too. Is she back? There she is.
I'm back. Sorry, y'all. A call was coming through and I tried to deny it and it answered. I'm like, crap. Okay. So am I good to pick back up?
You're good.
Okay. All right, guys. So the 1 month mark. So check in if they want to add anything on. They have Thermify X, adding Keto Energy, maybe coffee, maybe some greens, maybe a cleanse. Just based on how they're telling you they feel, then you can recommend another product to add on. And of course, that's a good way to boost your volume if they do decide that they want to add on. And then the second month, same exact thing. Check in again. How are results now? Do they need to add anything on? Change anything? And then month 3, that is where you're going before their order runs. You want to make sure you message them before their order runs about the perk points. Let them know, they have this many perk points available. They can either choose to use it after the last order runs, or they can change to any product, order for another 3 months and get the $50 reward. And of course, we obviously want to push the latter because we want them to continue and, just let them know that they'll get the $50 reward and they can just add it to the rewards they already have. And then at the end of the 6 months have however much money to use towards any product that they want to. So definitely checking in with them will let them know that you do care about them. It builds that relationship and it'll make them possibly want to continue. I mean, I wouldn't want to continue with someone who doesn't talk to me for the whole 3 months. But if we have that communication throughout, maybe I will continue with you, especially if I'm seeing the results and I'm knowing that you actually do care about my results. And then the last thing, if they say that they can't afford the next 3 months or another 3 months, you can always offer the business to them, especially someone who has gotten good results. I mean, being a product of the product, who better to join this company than a loyal customer who just finished their 90 days and lost, 30 pounds or whatever their case may be. So that is the last part of communication that I had for you guys.
So many good things. I wrote down 15 different things connected to what you were saying, but I'm not going to go over all of them because I'll take away all the other time. But things I just wanted to say the thing about staying connected with your team. you kind of touched on this, but like, if you're not connecting with your uplines, like Chrissy said, like, we don't know you're hungry for this. And I think that's what she was kind of saying is, you know, we need to know who's hungry. Like we want, of course we're working with our whole team, but if you're like showing up in our inbox constantly, we know you want this. We know that we need to pour into you a little bit extra. So I loved that tip. And then also just about customers, the more products you get, Chrissy is amazing at this. Like I always see her adding on additional orders with loyal customers, not being afraid to like recommend that for their second month, like try this, add this on, is, you know, tweaking things, whatever. But statistically, it shows that the more products that a customer tries, the more likely they are to fall in love with a couple things or one thing, whatever it is. You know, maybe they didn't do great with the one product, but they, you know, fall in love with the greens and they use that every single month for the rest of their life. Like how amazing would that be? So, like she said, make sure you're keeping in touch with those customers because they don't know about the products if we're not informing them, you know? Okay, so great tips, Chrissy. I'm gonna go to, since we're kind of talking about products, where did my Caitlin go? There she is. Caitlin, are you ready to kind of touch on product of the product?
I'm here. I'm probably going to another room. We're vacationing and all of my family just came into my room. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that. We've got 14 people in one house, so this has been very interesting.
All right. Well, Caitlin,
can you hear me okay?
Yes. Just tell us a little bit, like tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and then, you know, you can go right into, because you're just amazing at being a product of the product. I wanted her to kind of go into this because she's always so consistent with using the products and sharing her own results. And I think some of us get a little bit complacent with that and forget to share, you know, we forget to like go take pictures of our body or, you know, our hair, whatever it is, and get our, you know, results out there. So go ahead, Caitlin.
So my name is Caitlin Thomas, and I've been with Natalie for going on 4 years. But I didn't really start running probably until this last year. But yeah, for me, the biggest thing that I talk to my team about is being a product of your product, specifically what Natalie said. And this really helps with, you know, kind of touching into what Chrissy was saying. You know, you can't really talk about all these different products and give clients a good representation or good feedback if you're not trying the things that you're posting about. So, you know, there is a line there where you might not be able to try everything if you're pregnant. But that's why we have these different, you know, chats and everything to stay in contact with the rest of our team. So even if we can't get, you know, our own testimony of a product, we can go to somebody that we can trust and has their own testimony there. I take lots of photos, and Natalie gave a really good point maybe a year ago with, it was probably longer than that, of just having a day where you maybe put on 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different outfits and, you know, take different photos. You know, it might feel weird when you're doing it, and it kind of does. You're like, okay, I'm going in front of this mirror and I'm taking all these different pictures and I'm taking all these different selfies, but it saves so much time with day-to-day posts. I'm on vacation right now, and I brought products that I'm not even using right now, just specifically so that I can take photos and I have good photos to fall back on. I think my mom has used all of my ketones while I've been here. I have a almost brother-in-law, almost sister-in-law that are using products, so it helps there. But just I feel like it helps with putting you in the right mindset as well. If you're having to take these photos of your products, you're sharing how they're working for you. Followers are seeing how they're working for you. And when you're talking to somebody, you're able to say, you know, this is how I feel when I'm taking this product. You know, with Thermify X, I take this one. I took it for a month. It's not something I didn't need to lose weight, but I wanted to take it just so I could give people feedback on how I was feeling. So I ordered it. I tried it for 1 month, and so I was able to tell everybody about it that I was talking to. And with doing that, you're able to do, like Kristen was saying, like I know everybody in our leadership groups does this. You know, we're using all of these products that we're ordering so that we can upsell. We're able to upsell. We're able to sell bigger packs. We're able to swap somebody over to another product when we're trying everything. You know, maybe you're not trying it for the whole time, but I mean, there's products that I ordered years ago that I don't use anymore, but I'm still able to give people feedback on how that was working for me at one point in time.
Awesome.
I'm not sure what else to talk about from that point, and my phone keeps going in and out, so I'm not sure.
No, you're good. You're good. And just to like kind of
Okay.
piggyback off of that too, it's kind of what you were saying, but like so many times I think people get into this business like you know, early on in the beginning of their business, and they're like, they feel you know, like let's say somebody says something negative about a product, or oh, that doesn't work or whatever, and they haven't tried any of the products yet. It kind of gets in their head as a new distributor. They're like, oh, maybe it doesn't work. So posting about it can almost feel uncomfortable because you're like, I don't really know a ton about these products. I haven't used a ton of the products yet. And it can be a little uncomfortable at first when you start posting. So the way to kind of get around that, to not feel like you're like pushing products on somebody by sharing and posting about it, is by using them, you guys. If you fall in love with something and you're sharing about it, it's not going to feel like, you know, this weird, uncomfortable thing of putting up a product post. It's going to feel natural. It's going to feel exciting. People say, you know, people that I talk to all the time, they're like, well, I haven't tried any of the products. You know, I don't know if I want to start this business yet. I haven't tried anything. And I'm like, when I started my business, I hadn't tried a single product either. I was just so excited. I was like, I'm going to make bank. I'm going to, you know, we're going to get off food stamps. Like, I just wanted to make money on social media. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know what a wrap was, you guys. Like, my enroller at the time was just talking about, you know, selling wraps and making a full-time income. And I thought she meant like chicken wraps. I had no idea what a wrap was. And this was 2014. So it was a long time ago. So I didn't know what the products did. I didn't know anything. I just was like on fire for what was available in the opportunity. So when I got my kit, I even like upgraded. We couldn't pay our bills. I postponed paying my utilities to get started. And I got like I forget what it was called at that time, but it was a booster pack. And I got my products and I put a wrap on my stomach. I had, like I said, a 1.5-year-old. So I needed some extra help with my belly after pregnancy. And I put that wrap on and I used my defining gel and I took my greens and I fell in love with the products. And I'm not a product person. Like, I never thought I'd be that kind of girl. I wasn't even super into health and wellness, really, honestly. And but once I fell in love with the products, it made it easy to share, you know, my excitement and getting to taste them and touch them and smell them and all that stuff. It's going to make your posts more genuine and organic. So, and of course, people want to know that you're using it, or they're not going to trust you. They're not going to want to enroll or buy it from you if you're not using the products. So, great tips, Caitlin. Who else do let's see. We were going to talk about, forget what our topics were to flow into that. So let's see. Lizzie, do you want to go?
I just got Coda. I felt like I should like maybe wrap things up with.
Go towards the end. Okay. And let's see. Andrea, is Andrea on here with us? I don't see a name. Okay. Brittany, will you go? We're going to kind of, I guess, transition into more about the business aspect and, working your business and getting to your goals and transition out of customers. So go ahead, Brittany.
Okay. So I am actually really glad that I get to talk about this tonight because, everybody's topic, of course, is super important, but I'm just really excited for this one because so many times, especially lately, people have been asking me like, well, because if you guys don't know, I've been in the business for like 3 years now. And just this year, started really promoting. So people recently have been like, what have you been doing? What's different? What's changed? And honestly, it's something that I know all of you guys have heard before, and it sounds so simple, but it's just your mindset. And I know that you guys are probably like, so you mean to tell me if I just think that it's going to happen, it's going to happen? And yeah, partially, but also you have to put the work behind it. I'm not downplaying that at all. But as far as your mindset goes, if you start each month and you tell yourself, if you tell yourself, I am hitting this goal, I am worthy of this rank, whatever, then it's going to make you believe it 10 times more. And that's going to put, faith and trust into you actually hitting that promotion. Versus if you're just saying, oh, I hope I make Ruby, or I want it. You can't say that because you're telling yourself that there's an escape almost. You're saying, this is what I want, but it's okay if I don't make it. And that's not what we need to tell ourselves. We need to be full on 100%. This is happening. I'm making it happen no matter what sacrifices I have to make. Because ultimately the sacrifices that you make this month for your promotion, how small of a time frame to make sacrifices of 1 month to hit your promotion and potentially change your life. That's not long at all. So, part of what helped me get that mindset is, self-development. We talk about self-development all the time. And I know you guys, again, are probably if you haven't started doing it, you're probably like, well, I don't see how reading a book or watching a video or whatever is going to help me, but I promise you it will. And learning about yourself through self-development is also going to help you reach those promotions. You're going to learn, what you personally need to hear to get yourself motivated. I'm sure if you've been in for a couple weeks or whatever, by now you've heard all of the different color personalities. You might not know what they mean yet, but I'm sure you've heard red, blue, yellow, green, all of that. And by you doing self-development and kind of figuring out what works for you and what keeps you motivated, you're going to learn what kind of self-development you need, if that makes sense. So for me, I like somebody who's really blunt. I need somebody to be like, what are you doing? Get back to work. We don't have time to rest. And if you don't know, that's a red personality. And that's just what I prefer. There's other people out there who, they need to be told that if they work, that they're going to be able to make friendships and they're going to get to go on vacations with their friends and all of that. And that's totally fine. Whatever makes you motivated and wanting to work is whatever helps you get that mindset right is what you need to be doing. Because like I said, that mindset is going to get you to wherever you want to go. And people always say, you only grow as far as, or your paycheck only grows as far as you do. And that's usually what they mean by that is just keeping your mind right. And, yourself growing. What else was I going to say?
And reds are usually money driven too. And I know Brittany and I, Brittany has a lot of yellow in her too, but she's got a lot of red. And I think that when you hear, you're hearing that thing that's relating to what you're attracted to about this business, it's going to only drive you even harder.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say, as far as, helping yourself get that mindset right is, affirmations. So these are just things that you tell yourself that, you're worthy of, or that you're going to achieve, or, anything like that. For me, I have them everywhere. I have about 20 bullet points on my bathroom mirror. I use Tyson's mirror because mine is so full. But it's funny because all of the things that are on that mirror now, I can basically cross off, and I started it in January. So, I mean, if you just, it's so crazy. If you just write it down, that's why Natalie always says, you know, handwrite your goals or your affirmations or whatever, because you're so much more likely to get them done that way. And then I also put them on the front of my binder. And then also on your charts. So whatever chart you have out for this month, I want you to write I am, and then whatever that rank is. And just tell yourself, that it is going to happen this month. You're not giving up. Nothing is getting in your way. It doesn't matter if your baby's sick. It doesn't matter if you have to work full time. It doesn't matter. Like, there are so many different people in this business who have gone through all of those things and then some, and still got to where they got to. So if they can do it, you can do it. And if you just keep that in the forefront of your mind, then you can do it. So I think that's all I had to say.
No, I think that's one of my favorite topics too to talk about, is just, like our vision of where we're going and claiming that. And it's funny because I was trying to search for a past post earlier this morning, and this picture came up that I'd posted in March of 2016. And it's crazy because I don't know if you guys can see that. It's probably not gonna, it's kind of showing up, but it's just, I wrote in lipstick, like I do the same thing Brittany does. I wrote in lipstick, triple diamond, March 2016. And when I started, and I hit triple that month. But when I started in this business, my upline, our presidential Missy, she would always tell us at the beginning of the month, like, just write it down. There's something magical about actually using your hands. I know it's 2019 and we're all like on our phones, but use your hand and write it down, because it connects with your hand, and the pen and the paper connects with your heart. It's all interlinked. It has magic behind it. And writing it down where you see it every day makes it become real. It's not just something that you're like, yeah, that would be great, So I love that. And there was something else I was going to touch on too.
I did actually have something else
go for it. Maybe it'll jar mine.
The other thing I wanted to say too was it's not only about like what you foresee you doing as far as like your promotion, but it has to go also like into your chart. So it doesn't matter, if so-and-so is not working. It doesn't matter if all these customers over here fell off. It doesn't matter if your whole chart stopped working. Like, you can still make your promotion happen because you're worth your promotion. This person over here that you might be building to executive or Ruby or whatever, oops, sorry, my phone is dying. They might not, really care about the business like you do, but you can still go for your promotion because you are worthy of it, and then replace them later. That's totally fine. That's what I've done with every single one of my promotions, what I'm sure Natalie has done. Basically everybody that's ever promoted, I'm sure they've done that. So if you feel like, you can't get there because nobody's working on your team, just know that that is normal. And if you put that in your mindset as like, it's your chart, no matter who's on it, then that will help you get there faster too.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's, I heard that from another, training a long time ago. Somebody was talking about like going diamond or something, and how many boxes. Oh no, the baby's awake. So they were talking about like how many boxes are on the chart, and the way that they looked at it was, this is not like, don't be so, I know this sounds bad, but like, don't be so arrogant to think that you're going to fill your chart up and everybody's going to do their part and it's going to be magic and, bubblegum and sunshine, and everybody's going to get to 400, because it's not going to always work that way. There are going to be boxes that aren't doing anything. It is normal for teammates never to even get started. It is normal for a teammate to quit, right? At the end of your promotion, or right before you hit your promotion, and you have to like replace that or whatever. But don't be so arrogant to think that it's all gonna, like, well, I signed up these people and now they need to do all the work and like get me to my promotion. That's not how it works. Like, maybe you do give somebody that paycheck. Well, great. Like, we gifted them that paycheck for the month, but ultimately, like Brittany said, this is your promotion and it's your paycheck and it's your family and it's your dreams. And you can't expect somebody else to have the exact same vision. We want to help others gain their own vision, and hopefully, you know, walk them to that walk them through that direction and everything. But, you know, if you're sitting there and you're thinking like, you know, I've got all these boxes that aren't working, it's okay, because we are always enrolling. We're never rebuilding. We're always just building. So I guess I could go on with that forever too. I love that topic. Okay, so let's kind of shift that right into kind of the same direction. But Lizzie, are you good to chat? Hold on. I'm going to unmute you. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to try to wrap it up pretty quickly because I do have Coda and he is being clingy. But what I wanted to touch on with is just being consistent and, you know, just showing up, you know, daily and, sorry, I've got like a brain fart. It's triggering me. But, you know, just being consistent in the right areas and to see the results that you want to see. And, you know, by completing like your daily 6 list, I know that you all probably, you know, heard everybody talk about that, you know, completing your daily 6 list. But yeah, I mean, that's basically what I just wanted to, you know, say, just be, you know, show up and be consistent.
And you were going to chat about a little bit about, you know, things don't happen overnight, and that's why consistency was so important too.
Yeah, like Brittany had said, like I've been in this business for going on 2.5 years actually, and you know, you don't want to have a time frame on, you know, your business. And sorry guys, like all anxiousness just like hit me and I'm like super nervous now.
You're good. Don't be nervous. You're fine. We've all had like, I still get hives when I talk, so you're fine.
Yeah. Well, actually, now I'm super crazy because like Coda's got me all messed up and I've like lost my train of thought. So
she was just saying like, you know, if you, I think what she was saying was don't put a time frame on your success.
Yeah.
But don't expect things to just skyrocket overnight. And also don't compare yourself to somebody else, because we use people in this business to inspire us and to push us, you know, that kind of stuff. But your journey is your journey. So, you know, don't compare your journey to somebody else's. If you don't hit diamond in 1 month, that's okay. If your diamond story takes 3 months, or it takes 9 months, or it takes a year, whatever that is, that's your story. So I always tell my teammates, hold on one second. I always tell my teammates, because it's easy to feel, hold on one second. We all get stuck in the comparison trap at some point or another. So it's easy to look at somebody and think, man, like, seems like it came easier to them, or why aren't I growing as fast, or why this, why that, whatever. You know, I hit diamond in 9 months. 9 months. I went double in 10 months, and it took me another year to go triple. And I've been at triple for three years now, you guys. Does that suck? No, because triple is an awesome paycheck. But, you know, I'm always pushing for that next rank. And even at 9 months, going diamond in 9 months was pretty fast. But, you know, there are people that went diamond in 3 months, and I'm sure, you know, we always are going to compare ourselves in some way. And I want you guys to really try not to do that. Hold on one second. I'm not sure who's got I think everybody's muted now. Okay. You know, don't let yourself even speak the word discouraged, because once you let that feeling in and you start feeling it and it sinks into you, it's really easy to stop taking action. And the biggest way to see results in your business, if you're feeling kind of like, if you're having a day where you're like just, comparing yourself and you haven't signed anybody in 3 days or whatever it is, the biggest way to get out of that funk, especially when you're running for some goal that month, like we don't have time to stop and be in our feelings, you guys. Like, let yourself get upset for a minute, maybe a 5-minute pity party, and then go back at it. The best way to get out of that funk is to take massive action. I've learned that in my life. I wish somebody had told me that sooner, because I feel like I was always trying to get out of these like humps in my, these like bumps in the road, or struggles in my life. And I wasn't kicking it hard enough to get myself out of there. So massive action is the best way to, not feel discouraged anymore, because you need to like push that momentum far enough to get out of that rut. So just, not comparing yourself, and what else? Let's see. Being really consistent. You guys, we said this again. I know you're going to hear us talk about the same things all the time, but it's not rocket science. It's just simple day in, day out activities that we do. And how incredible is it that you can make $1,000 a month, $500 a month, $5,000 a month, 5 figures by doing these simple things. And make sure that you don't take the fun out of your business, because promoting is fun. Like, this business is amazing. We're so blessed to be in this company. A lot of other multi-level marketing companies right now are actually having decreases and declines in their business, and it works as like skyrocketing. Everybody's looking at us like, what the heck are you guys doing? Why are you making so much money? We want a part of this, and I mean, it's just booming. So we are in the right place. We're always in the right place at the right time with this business, this company. And I really feel like June's going to be the biggest month that we've had all year, because we just keep going up. So I'm just excited for everybody. Did anybody have anything else they wanted to add in that spoke tonight, or in case we missed anything? I know I missed like 13 things that I thought about talking about, but we'll have plenty more Zooms to kind of like hone in on specific areas. So let's see. Just, you guys, I want you all to know that like each person on our team is so capable. And I think that's what is so magical about this business, is that anyone can do this. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to fit a cookie cutter form. You don't have to be, super extroverted. Like, any person can do this business. It's just about how driven you are. And I love this quote. I say it all the time, but people say like, how do I motivate myself? What am I doing wrong? It's not about motivating yourself. It's just about creating disciplines, everyday disciplines, because motivation is fleeting, as we know. Like, you're going to wake up one day and not feel like doing this. You're going to wake up and your 3 customers back to back are going to be like, I'm going to cancel my order. Like, something didn't work, or I'm pregnant now, I can't use that product. And you're like, oh my God. You're going to have those days. You're going to have the moments where your teammates are ghosting you, or maybe you're just sick or whatever, stuff happens all the time. I've been in this business for 5 years and I've seen everything. Like, I've had my whole house covered in puke days, and I've still worked my business. I worked my business on my wedding day because I love this business. And it's kind of become a part of my life. It's intertwined into my life. So if you can see what this business is capable of producing for yourself, it's not going to feel like a job anymore. It's going to feel like a gift that you get to share with other people. So I guess that's it, guys. I'm really excited for June. This is month 6 and our team is killing it. So I know that we're going to be top 150 this year. And I'm really excited for everybody to just go up together. So I guess that's it, guys. Does anybody have anything else they want to add? Anything in the chat? I'm not paying attention to the chat. I see your comment, Jessica. Yeah, so you were just saying you'll have more people on your chart not working than working, and that's typically normal. Yay, Annie! I'm so glad that you're excited. Yeah, so many new faces on here. So we will make sure that we do these more regularly. And like I said, we're going to have more specific topics that we can kind of hone in on, and hopefully have some other leaders come in and pour into us too. So I'm going to work on that as well. So, all right. Thanks guys for hopping on here and taking the time out, because it really shows us who is hungry and, you know, who we want to bring with us to the top. So you guys have an amazing night, and we will see you guys later. And I will get this recording up hopefully tomorrow on the team page. So if one of the leaders can like slap me, and I will make sure that I get that up there for you guys tomorrow to share with your teams. So, all right, guys, bye.
Bye.